Hello, it's me again. It's time for another vlog. So this one actually came via a private message, and it was someone asking how many calories I ate when I started and wanting to know some of the foods and things that I ate. So this is basically going to be based on around the time when I was about 120 to 150 kilos. So for those in America, probably looking at the 250 to 320 pound range. So when I started, initially I was 380 pounds, and at that point, or 173 kilos, at that point I was doing Weight Watchers till I got down to about 150 kilos. It was around then that I actually started to count calories. Now, I probably was massively under eating calories, I realise now, but at the time, and until I got down to 100 kilos, so around 200 or about 210 pounds, I was actually eating 1800 calories. So I calorie cycled, so I had high and low calorie days. The high calorie days I would try to match in with my heavy workout days. I still calorie cycle now, and I still do the same thing. So for example, Saturdays, which is always a bigger exercise day for me, and it works in good that Saturday night, you often go out. Saturdays I always is my highest calorie day for the week. So for example, at the moment, I'm eating 2050 calories, which I know that's a lot more, but that's a different story. But to give you an example, today being Saturday, I'm actually eating 2350 calories. Tomorrow, I think I'm only eating 1500 calories. So that's what you do with the calorie cycling. You balance it out so it averages the same amount of calories. So if you're doing 1800, it will average out over 7 days that it's 1800 calories, but you'll have some days where you might be eating 2200. You might even throw a 1200 calorie day in and some 1500 calorie days. Mix it up so that your body doesn't get used to things. So like I said, so I ate 1800 calories from 150 kilos to 100 kilos. So for 50 kilos loss, I actually ate 1800 calories. Now, the next part of the question is what foods did I eat? Now we're talking about the beginning of my journey, so just keep that in mind. Now, when I very start of my journey, I've when it comes to food, I have to eat food I like. So, I know there's these fantastic diets out there supposedly that, they want you to eat tuna and salad for lunch, and they want you to eat chicken and veggies for dinner, and drink lots of water and all that kind of jazz. I cannot do that. I have got to be eating foods I like. So that was one of the first things I decided right at the very beginning, that I was still going to eat foods I like. So what I did in the beginning, obviously I ate more artificial sweeteners and stuff. So, and I wasn't clean eating and all that kind of stuff. So just keep that in mind as I discuss this. So some of the things that I would do is I love, here in Australia, KFC actually makes chicken burgers. And so they're chicken, breast fillets, crumbed in their secret herbs and spices, and I love them. Like, I could eat 3 in one go without even thinking about it. So Steggles actually at the time made some, and I don't know, they may still make these, I have no idea. They made they were little fillets, they were about that big, and they were crumbed, and you could just whack them in the oven. Of course, now, being the clean eater that I am most of the time, if I was going to do this, I would probably get a chicken breast, fillet, season it, maybe cut it in half and lengthwise, and mallet it out so that it was nice and thin, and cook it in the oven, and then have it on a burger. So, if you're going to go super clean, have a whole grain roll, maybe not even have it as an open burger. You don't have to have the top on it. Have some shortcut bacon with it if that's your thing. Add a slice of cheese. If you've got the calories, if it's a high calorie day, go get some nice Swiss cheese to have on it. Whole egg mayo, so don't Back then I probably would have used the low-fat mayo, but nowadays I would go for the whole-fat mayo, whole egg mayo, sorry. Lettuce and tomato, and you've got a yummy burger. And it's not the same as KFC. I'm not saying it is, but it's pretty damn close. So when you've got those cravings for KFC, go do that. Another thing that I used to do, and I don't even know if any of these foods still exist, so that's probably one of the problems with this one. There used to be some low-fat hot dogs, and they were called Hands. Well, that was the brand, Hands, H-A-N-S. And I used to get one of them, put it on a hot dog roll with a little bit of low-fat cheese and sauce. Nowadays, if I was going to do it, I would go for a multigrain roll. I would have sauce. I would probably have Swiss cheese again. I wouldn't have bacon, things like that on it probably. And then I would put it in a flat toaster, so it came out nice and flat and the cheese was all grilled and all that kind of stuff. Some other things that I liked, I used to make things back then. So, there's heaps of recipes out there online. I've got a recipe for some muffins. So if you like muffins, go make some. So there are some good recipes out there where they've got oats in the base. So try not to. I would say try not to go for all white flour and sugar. The bad things, like the things that we shouldn't have humongous amounts of. But if you find a recipe and it's got some oats in it and it's got some nice fruits in them and honey and there's so much out there. If it, you can use the wholemeal flour. There's lots of different options. There's some great websites out there too. For those in America, I'd really recommend skinnytaste.com. Australians, go get the Simply Too Good to Be True books. They've got heaps and heaps of good ideas in them. The other things that I ate back then, I really cut out things like cheese. I could eat grilled cheese till it comes home. I was still eating things like crumpets, and I was still eating muffins. I was still eating oven fries. There was a light fish that I think I&J or someone's made that I would have. So in the beginning, I tried to kind of come up with lower calorie versions of the foods I liked. That's really what I did. And I still think even now it's a good philosophy to have. Because you are not going to stick to this if you do not like the foods, So, if you do like those chicken burgers or you like hamburgers, do make one once a week, but make it in a healthy way. You don't have to have the whole roll, like I said before. But do make sure that you eat foods that you like, because no one's going to stick to tuna and salad unless you actually like tuna and salad. You're going to get bored of it pretty quickly. Nowadays, I love, as I've said already, I love grilled cheese. So I still have most days for lunch a ham, cheese, tomato toaster sandwich. I don't have a roll anymore because I just don't feel the need to have that big chunk of bread. A sandwich is enough for me. And so there's lots of different ways to actually incorporate it. And then with that said, then comes the challenge as you're starting out of going out eating. So that was something else I wanted to talk about. So if your family is going to the fish and chip shop this weekend for dinner, what are you going to have? So you're not going to have fish and chips. Just let me say that right now. No fish and chips. Some things that you can have at a fish and chip shop that are, pretty healthy, or better options than the fish and chips. Have a gyros. I have one probably every week. Yum. It's pita bread, chicken or beef or lamb with salad. Okay, it's cooked in oil and the pita bread is white, but it's not a piece of fish battered and put into oil. Have a hamburger. Get a plain hamburger. A steak sandwich. Get a quarter of a chicken with a green salad. Most fish and chip shops have salad these days. And then depending on your calories for the day or your points, work out whether you can have the skin as well. I would have the skin because I would work it in. If you're going out to Italian restaurants, there's always options. Don't go for the creamy pasta unless you've got the calories for it. If you've got the calories for it, go for it. If not, go for something tomato based. Lasagna is a good option. If you are going to Greek restaurants, they've got plenty of options. Chicken's always a good thing at Greek restaurants, and they've got yummy salads and things like that, so go for those things. The big one is Asian restaurants. So when you go out for Asian restaurants, if everyone else is having a entree and you want an entree too, go for something like steamed dim sims. Don't go for the fried food at all. For the dinner, don't get rice. Don't get anything that says crispy because that's going to be deep fried. I usually go for something like chicken and cashew, which, it's high in calories, but cashews are a nut. They're a source of protein. Or get something like a beef and plum sauce or something. Or if you like seafood, go for seafoody type things. I don't like seafood, so I don't do that. Now, the other thing that I was going to talk about with eating out is the other challenge with it is everyone else is having dessert and I'm not. And, we want dessert. So what I do, I don't ever have dessert when I'm out. But what I do, I have my own little special, this to me is dessert. And that's a skim hot chocolate. So if everyone else is having dessert, that's fine. You get a skim hot chocolate and work it into your calorie range for the day. So you can go out for dinner. If I go out for dinner, I have 800 calories, 850 calories for the day put aside for that. So I will get a creamy pasta sauce. That's about 600 calories. I will then have my skim hot chocolate. I'm looking at about 250 calories, depending on the size of it. So a skim hot chocolate, if it's only a small little one, it's only like 114 calories. So just, keep that in mind. So that's a few different things that I did when I started out and a few little tips for eating out as well. So no excuses. But like the key thing of what I have actually said there is eat foods you enjoy. Now, that said, try new foods because you'll find other things that you do enjoy. Now I love things like semi-dried tomatoes and feta cheese, tahini, and, there's lots of different things, barley, lots of different things that I actually like. But don't just go, right, that's it, I'm never having a chicken burger again in my life, or I'm never having pizza. Pizza, another good one. Make it on pita bread, or get like Weight Watcher pizza. Like if it's in the beginning of your weight loss journey, a Weight Watcher pizza is going to be a better option than Pizza Hut. So just another suggestion. Or if you are out at a restaurant and you don't have a choice and it is pizza, ask them to make it thin style, vegetarian with 50% less cheese. So that's all my suggestions for today. If there's anything else you want to know, send me a message. Always happy to answer any questions. Remembering that it's based on my experience and I'm not trained in anything. So this is just a girl's experience on my journey. So that's it for today though. So I hope you all enjoyed it. So bye.